Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on some new Steam game release. Got a lot of free stuff, a pretty notable free game release that if you are into your Twisted Metals of the world, I think this is going to be one you'll end up having some interest in. So we'll talk about that, couple of other titles, demos, and things like that to go over. You guys know how it works on Steam these days. Some games are like dubbed demos, some games are dubbed like prologue versions. We got some of that. Want to go over a demo that did drop and an iconic visual novel dropping on Steam. I'll talk that at the end of this video, but right off the top, we do have Warhammer 40k Speed Freaks coming out on Steam. It's currently in early access. Now, Warhammer 40k, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of bewildered as far as how this franchise, how this IP cultivates so many variety in their game releases, and the fact that there's this big of an audience for these games, and I don't know how big that audience is. I've never been a Warhammer 40k guy, but you got games across all different different genres. Now we got a vehicular combat game. We got Space Marine 2 coming out, which that game looks effing awesome. You have RTSs, you have side-scrolling platformer action games. Like, you got something for everybody as far as Warhammer 40k goes, and I'm sure the lore is like absolutely insane. I can't speak much on that, but Warhammer 40k Speed Freaks is a game that totally reminds me of something like Twisted Metal. Blaze into high-octane mayhem of clashing speed mobs with adrenaline-fueled combat racing through the brutal Warhammer 40k universe. Drive ramshackle vehicles loaded with bombastic weapons and powerful abilities in a breakneck, full-throttle speed to the death. The game currently has a mostly positive reception, 1,086 review, 74% positive, and it does have about 1,400 people online, which for an early access game at this stage, I think, you know, you would want a little bit more people, but this is a game that could easily garner more interest throughout its early access period. And we'll see how that ultimately does turn out. In the 41st millennium, a cult of unhinged, speed-obsessed orcs addicted to racing is gathered to engage in a raucous and breakneck race during rare lulls between open warfare. They call themselves Speed Freaks, intoxicated by the sound of roaring engines, blistering speed, suffocating smoke, whipping winds, and scorching fire. These Speed Freaks bring their supercharged mob of war-torn buggies, bikes, tanks, and trucks into the speedway. You are now a part of the Cult of Speed. Assemble your mob of DACA-spitting wagons, pushing their team to victory across multiple maps in this explosively unique take on the combat racing genre. Obliterate your enemies with strategies and brute force as your team speeds towards ultimate glory. Again, that is available right now, totally free to play. It is still in early access too, so expect it to evolve a little bit throughout its early access period. Moving on from that, we have yet another cat game, a free-to-play one, Stray Cats in Cozy Town. Welcome to Cozy Town, where every day is International Cat Day. Be part of a village community where every stray is respected, loved, and fed. Exploring the charming streets and alleys to discover all the stray cats in this hidden object game. It's one of those, you know, find the cats hidden around, and these games are generally received fairly well. On 140 user reviews on Stray Cats in Cozy Town, 99% of those reviews are positive. So quite good. Moving on from that, we do have a demo, Worshippers of Cthulhu. The demo, lead the cult of Cthulhu, decide the fate of your followers, perform eldritch rituals, and master the art of city building in a world where the line between sanity and madness blurs. Can you endure the horrors you unleash? Colony Sim here, positive reception so far, 47 reviews, 91% positive. This is very much a demo. It even outlines it's a demo. So, that is available free right now for you to check out. And also, how about this free title here, Supermarket Together. The multiplayer supermarket has arrived to your neighborhood for free. Stock your shop space, unlock parts and franchises, hire employees, or chase those pesky shoplifters. The more players, the more action. Up to 16 players or go solo. Split the action with your friends. The more players in your supermarket, the more demanding customers will become. You can also choose to go solo and infiltrate the difficulty artificially if you're feeling hard working. Unlock franchise and perks in the skills blackboard. Owning a successful supermarket grants franchise points. Use these to advance in the skills blackboard and add more advantages to your business, like unlocking products or improving your employees' performance. Acquire shop space, storage, or extra facilities. Expand public space allows players to offer more and better merchandise. A fully improved store can harbor up to 49,000 products in its shelves. And do not neglect secondary duties. Extra activities like cleaning makes customers happier. Careful with shoplifters. Catching them red-handed will prevent finances leaking at the end of the workday. Supermarket Together dropped on August the 9th, and it is available free right now. Everybody can check it out, and if you want a Supermarket Together with some friends, up to 16 players are supported. Moving on from that, I do also want to reiterate for those of you that are into JRPGs, Visions of Mana does have a free demo available right now. This is very much a, lower scale Square Enix JRPG. Obviously, when you talk about Square Enix and JRPGs, I feel like there's the trifecta of games that have interest right now. Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7, the remake trilogy, and then Kingdom Hearts 4. Those are the three behemoth IPs. Throw in Final Fantasy 14 in there, that's an MMO, but the general, I want to say traditional JRPGs, but FF16 is anything but a traditional JRPG. Those are the aforementioned three games that have the bevy of interest, and unfortunately, at least with FF16 and FF7 Rebirth, they've had timed exclusivity attached to it as well, and we know Part 3 of the FF7 Remake Trilogy is going to have timed exclusivity. However, Square Enix does drop these kind of second-tier JRPGs that end up being sometimes a hit, sometimes a miss, but Visions of Mana looks like it's going to be an absolute hit. Love the art style to the game. The combat seems to be something a lot of people are enjoying. And the Mana franchise is finally back. I am a little bit concerned on how this is going to do from a commercial standpoint because Square Enix and their financials, it's a little bit of a slippery slope, to say the least. When, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Final Fantasy XVI, given Square Enix's expectations are underperforming, a game like Visions of Mana, I hope they have their expectations of this game adjusted. So, what it sells is what it sells, but hopefully it, reinforces that they'll continue doing games like this because I appreciate more lower level JRPGs. Obviously, this isn't going to have the budget of an FF16, but can it be a worthwhile game in its own right? Absolutely. And check out the demo. It'll give you a good idea of what to expect out of the full game, but do keep in mind that progress out of the demo will not transfer into the full game. Lastly, I do want to note, Fate Stay Night Remastered has dropped on Steam. This is one of the most iconic visual novels of all time. Fate isn't an IP that I am super into. However, I played Fate Samurai Remnant last year, and I was blown away by how much I enjoyed that game. I love that game, and I did watch Fate Stay Night growing up, but I've heard the anime of Fate Stay Night is pretty mid. I actually did, in fact, pick up this visual novel, $27. Had some issues at launch, but those have been remedied, and I do want to give it a shot. I'm not a big VN guy. Like, I'll enjoy VNs every now and again, and Danganronpa and AI the Somnium Files, although those are a little bit different where they do have a little bit of gameplay, and this is very much a throwback visual novel in the sense that, not even a throwback, but the idea of it's just very much a text adventure, so to speak. But you know what? I'll give it a shot, and I'll see how I enjoy it. People rave over this, and I did watch the Fate Stay Night anime series, but that was literally probably 13 years ago, 12 years ago, something like that. So, going back and playing the visual novel, I think, will be ideal. I love Steins Gate. I love the anime of Steins Gate. I love Steins Gate, the visual novel as well. And hopefully Fate can win me over as well as far as being a compelling narrative, which I'm always looking for out of games. But that'll do it for me. Again, Warhammer 40k Speed Freaks, a pretty notable free title available on Steam right now. Stray Cats in Cozy Town, that's a free title. Got a couple free demos. Fate Stay Night, Supermarket Together as well, another free game. But that'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.